So it's no secret that in Grand Theft Auto 6 we're going to see a load of new technology being implemented into Rockstar's new game engine. So in today's video we're going to take a look at some of the AI technology that we can expect to see in GTA 6, and some of the things we're going to look at are character AI models, vehicle AI models and environment AI models. And also we're going to try and determine what is AI and what is actual programming, and how programming can actually influence AI. Plus we're going to take a look at a patent filed by Take-Two Interactive for a new immersive character animation program. Now the term AI is thrown around a lot in this industry, and not just in this industry, in everyday life now. So in this video I'll break down the difference between physics and animations that are coded into the game and sequences that actually use AI models. Before we get into today's video, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm trying to grow the channel, so any support you can give by subscribing, liking, commenting, whatever it might be is massively appreciated. So the first thing we need to talk about is the leaks we got back in 2022. For those that don't know, we got 90 minutes of pre-alpha gameplay footage from when a hacker from here in the UK hacked into Rockstar Games' Slack Messenger account and stole the video files. From one of the clips in that footage, there was a mission in a diner called Hank's Waffles, where we could see that Lucia and Jason had got a wanted level. But when they got the wanted level, the police didn't arrive straight away like in GTA 5. There was a build in response time, so Lucia and Jason had more time to collect more money from behind the tills, and in theory this would give you time to plan a getaway. During this period of time they were able to rob and loot pedestrians within the diner, retrieve money from behind the tills, and also try and control and manipulate the situation they were in, which is the first time we've ever seen this from a Grand Theft Auto game. And two things I want to add here. Some people on one of my previous videos said that I've made this up. Nope. Rockstar confirmed it was real, and you can even Google it and find the footage yourself. I can't post a link to it because last time I did that I got a strike on my account. And obviously secondly there, I can't actually show the footage in this video for those very reasons. So with this police AI technology and this build up in response time, what does that actually mean for the game? Well, this means that every single thing that we do within the game that involves a heist, a robbery or anything like that is a far more calculated decision. So for example, we can have the option of taking more money from the location we're in, whether we're robbing a shop or a diner for example, or bailing quicker and being more likely to get away. So in the footage we saw in the leaks, Jason and Lucia actually came head to head with the police as they left the diner because they left it too long and they waited out the response time. It's very clear that in the footage the developers were testing this system. But from this footage we didn't see a quote-unquote star wanted system like we have in GTA 5, like a 5-star wanted level or even the rumoured 6-star wanted level that we've heard so much about. And that doesn't mean that the star wanted level system won't be in the game, it just means that it's probably going to be implemented a little bit differently. But this is something that I find really exciting because every Grand Theft Auto game has always been very linear. There was nothing that you could do differently to another person that was playing. Yes, there might be different ways that you can do something or you can speed run the game, but there was no strategy involved other than what the game told you to do. Now the next thing I want to talk about is vehicle AI within the game. Now normally in games there's physics engines, which basically is a preset rule of parameters where if someone falls off a building, this is how they fall. If a car hits a wall, this is how it crashes. And there's all sorts of different building blocks around that to create crumple effects and to create more realistic crash dynamics and more realistic vehicle movement. Now in Grand Theft Auto 4, I think Rockstar did an amazing job at this, at creating more realistic crash damage, but the problem was that the cars felt really boaty. Like when you turned a corner it felt like the car was going to roll over. It's almost like they went too far with it. Now in Grand Theft Auto 5, Rockstar did the complete opposite thing and made the driving experience more arcade-like, which was way more fun to drive the cars but way less realistic. Now it's theorised that in Grand Theft Auto 6, Rockstar are going to take a hybrid of both the GTA 4 system and the GTA 5 system and then improve upon that. Now from the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer we can see various upgrades to the game engine. So from the trailer we can actually see that the suspension movements of the cars behave very differently. For example, this shot inside the car shows that the car kind of wallows a bit more left to right, as we saw in Grand Theft Auto 4, but it doesn't look like it's been taken to the same extremes that it was taken to in GTA 4. Which I'm very pleased about because it's nice to actually be able to drive the cars. But from this shot here of the dirt bikes moving and the way that the vehicles move in the background of this shot, it's very easy to see that every different vehicle behaves slightly differently. Now in Grand Theft Auto 4, a lot of the cars behaved quite differently to each other and it was great, but in GTA 5, pretty much all cars behave the same. Within reason, I'm not saying every car is the same, but there isn't as much differentiation between the models. Next I want to talk about AI being used on textures. Some people have theorised that certain textures of the game could change over time. For example, as something gets older, the colour could change of it, concrete could change over time, wood could change over time, and this is an aging dynamic that we actually had in Red Dead Redemption 2. Some things in Red Dead Redemption 2 over time would change. Now, in Red Dead Redemption 2, all of these changes over a period of time were programmed in. For example, it was a conscious decision from the developers to make that happen, but with AI technology being where it is now, it's very likely that you can just train an AI model to do that for multiple textures within the game. You feed it the texture file and tell it over XYZ period of time, change things. Now, over time, changes that we can expect to see in GTA 6, for example, buildings being finished, which is the biggest complaint Rockstar had about the buildings in GTA 5, other than the fact that we couldn't go in any of them, and I've done a full video about that. But in GTA 6, we theorised that over time, probably buildings will change, because that's something that happened in Red Dead Redemption 2. Them not introducing that to GTA 6 would make absolutely zero sense. Now, the most important thing in this video, which is the patent filed by Take-Two Interactive for a new immersive character animation program. Also, I'm going to call it a patent because that's what we call it in the UK. I know in America it's like a patent. We call it a patent in the UK. I know there's going to be comments correcting my pronunciation. There is on a lot of my videos, but UK. Now, according to this article posted by Kotaku, a recently uncovered Rockstar Games patent suggests the developer could be using new technology to make NPCs in its games more immersive, particularly when it comes to the highly anticipated action-adventure crime sim GTA 6. As spotted by Reddit user Tobolobble, I hate Reddit usernames, you can read, former Rockstar Games lead AI and gameplay programmer Tobias Tobias issued a patent in April called the System and Method for Virtual Character Locomotion. Real catchy. The 11-page document, as described on LinkedIn, was architected and implemented for games at the Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption studio. According to the paper's abstract, the patent houses a system and method for controlling the animation and movement of in-game objects. In layperson's terms, tech should make characters way more lifelike. And the Reddit user detailed the patent's content on their Reddit post. Based on this patent, it seems like they're using a clever system. They've built a library of small building blocks for character movements. These blocks can be combined in various ways to create a wide range of animations. For instance, think about the character in the game walking in the rain, feeling tired, or getting injured. Instead of designing separate animations for each of these situations, they use these building blocks to put together the character's movements naturally. This means GTA 6 can have more diverse and lifelike animations. So when you play GTA 6, you'll see characters moving in ways that match the weather, their energy level, and their injuries. This makes the game feel more immersive. It's like having characters that can adapt to different situations, making the game world feel more real and thrilling. Now, something I want to add in here is that there's a blurred line between AI and between programming. So what this sounds like doesn't actually sound like AI. It sounds like a form of it, but if they're setting up variables like rain can make someone walk like this, being shot on the leg can make someone walk like this, combine those two together and move that within a sliding scale of is it more rainy or are they more injured, that isn't AI, but I guess it could be because they're using a model to determine where to move that parameter. Now, where I think AI comes into this is, for example, where a person is shot on their body, where they're injured when it comes to a physical altercation, maybe that particular system of how their body mechanics work in relation to the environment around them. Maybe that's AI, but what's being described here, to me, sounds more like a programmed input. But then again, does it lean more towards programming or does it lean more towards AI? You guys decide down in the comments. So this is a situation where AI actually works together with developer programming. So for example, a developer could give the AI model the input, i.e. this character has been shot in the leg, and the AI model knows that that is the affected part of the body, and when things come into the equation such as rain, bad terrain for example, and the way that they're affected by walking, the AI model could learn from the fact that okay, this person's left leg is injured, so that means that they may be in this sort of state, their health may be in this sort of state, they may walk in this sort of way, and they may respond to the world around them in this sort of way. It's very interesting to see how programming meets AI. AI can only work on data it's fed, and for AI to work successfully, it has to work off a data set. Now, where GTA 6 will get that data set from is the very interesting thing, because the only way it can get that data is what the developers give it or what we input as a player. So how AI will work in Grand Theft Auto 6 is a very interesting topic, and I'm sure with the next trailer that we get, we can learn a lot more about it and be able to juice a lot more information. Thank you all for watching today's video. If you found today's videos useful, enjoyable, or anything like that, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps the channel massively. Also, feel free to join the Discord or follow me on Instagram. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.